In today's episode, we're excited to share with you some growing updates on our bananas and show you how fun it is to harvest bananas as well. We planted these banana plants in the ground in April of 2020 and got our first ripe bananas 18 months later in September 2021. Here's an update on our bananas flowering. So we have another banana tree that's actually flowering right now. So the tree actually threw up a flag stem, which is this thing here, about maybe a week ago. And since the weather's been warmer recently, the flowers quickly emerge. And it will be very exciting. We should see banana fruits starting to form in about another week. So the thing about banana flowers is that they actually don't form until the banana tree has set a specific number of leaves. So that's going to determine the height of the banana. So for example, if your banana is going to set 52 leaves and you get 1 leaf per week, that means it'll take 1 year for the banana to start flowering. In our case, this has been in the ground for maybe a little over a year, and this was the first sucker that came out. So I would say this threw up a flower in about 18 months, which in our area makes sense because the banana trees are pretty much dormant for about, I would say 6 months. They don't grow very much because the weather's not hot enough. So once the banana has flowered and starts producing banana, the tree will no longer be useful. It will no longer flower. So at that point, I'll bring along as I cut down the banana tree and show you the harvest and what we do with the banana stalk afterwards. So here's another quick update on the banana. So as you can see in front of me here, the banana has grown even more and it's still producing female fruits. So the female fruits are what's the edible portion of the banana. The bottom part of the banana, as a banana grows, is where the male flowers are, and that's not edible. So it's really interesting to see the banana grow in our climate, Mediterranean climate here. Because you can see as the banana grow, they actually point upwards. And these are the petals right here. I know in some tropical climates you actually want to remove these because you can get rot because it rains. But in our climate, you don't have to do that because it's so dry. We get 0 inches of rain all the way until probably November. So as you can see here, the banana petals also protect the banana fruits. And as the banana stalk grows further down, the petals also curl upwards. So as you can see here. And once the banana reaches a certain height, the banana flowers actually fall off. So what I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna help it shed the petals, which you don't have to do, but I like doing it because I like getting some airflow in here. It's a good idea to keep these shaded when they're young because if they're not shaded, the fruit might burn. But in our area, we don't get, the sun rays aren't too intense, and we have a banana canopy up here, so you don't have to worry about the bananas getting scorched in the sun. So I think that's the update for today. These bananas won't actually ripen until maybe next year because today is towards the end of June, and in our area these need at least 6 to 9 months to ripen. And by the time it hits November, December, it's going to be too cold and the bananas won't be able to ripen. So it's been a few months since we last showed you the progress of the banana. A couple months have passed, and as you can see up there, there's a couple more flowers that are going to be blooming, but that's not the purpose of the video today. Today's video is very exciting because we'll be showing you a banana harvest video. And we've been waiting for about a year, close to a year, for the bananas to be ripe. So typically, bananas ripen in 3 to 6 months in the tropical regions, but because ours is a Mediterranean climate, and because our summers have been really mild this season, the bananas have taken 9 months to ripen. So we've actually plucked a few bananas off of the banana stalk just to make sure they're ripe, and they're definitely ripe. And the reason why you want to harvest the bananas before all the bananas are yellow is because there's no way you can actually eat 50 to 100 bananas. You want the bananas to slowly ripen. So come on in as I show you how I harvest the banana. So typically how bananas are harvested is that you actually have to cut the trunks so that the fruit is closer to the ground. But as you can see here, we have a dwarf variety of some sort, so I don't have to cut the trunk to reach the fruit. I can actually just harvest the fruit right off the ground. Another thing you might have noticed on this banana is I actually didn't cut the stalk off like most people do. The reason why people do that is because they think that more nutrients can go into the banana. But as you can see, this ripened in 9 months and it's definitely ripened. The flavor is phenomenal, so I don't think it has any effect on the banana. All right, so now I'm gonna cut off the banana. So the reason I have the stalk is because I can actually pull down on the banana. So you can see here, I'm gonna pull it down.
Careful your saw is gonna...
Oh my God, this thing's heavy. And this, I guess, is how we harvest a banana. This is like 2 bags of mulch at least. 40 pounds.
40 pounds?
At least. Okay. And now, that's one way to harvest it. Usually you have to cut the stalk, but in this case I just tugged it because it's so low to the ground. And this thing here weighs at least 2 bags of mulch, so about 40 pounds. And you can see here that the top portion is ripe. And the bananas will ripen from top to bottom. So we're going to be very excited to have this banana. The next thing you want to do is you want to hang it outside in a cool shady spot. So what I'm going to do is actually hang the banana over here. Like so. I'm just going to use a makeshift ladder. This is one way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us have done this before, so. Whoa. Careful there. Just to make sure. Okay, as you can see here, we've actually harvested a couple, and these were ripe and they're extremely good. A lot of flavor. And we'll probably discuss the flavor in a different video. What I'm gonna do is cut this, harvest it like so. And I'll do the same for the other bananas down here that are pretty ripe. So you can see this one's actually it's so ripe that the skin kind of just tore off. So I guess we can take a bite of this. Oh, as you can see, how cool is that? Home ripened banana. This could be even more ripe, but once it's riper, it gets a little too mushy. So I'm gonna let the camera woman try some. Is it the same as the morning one, or? Near ripe, okay.
But I think it's 98% ripe.
So we hoped we inspired you to grow some homegrown bananas, because I'm telling you, the taste is definitely very different than what you get at the store. So that does it for today's video, everyone. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.